Anyway, so I feel like I'm telling this story because I'm being guided to like just give people like an essential um kind of outlook on what it may be for them or what they may go through. Like, understand that my experience is different. Like, my experience is not like anyone else's, and your experience is not going to be quite like anyone else. But there are like essential key components that may be necessary for you to know from someone else's experience in order to assist you with your own experience, whether that's in the present or the future, who knows. So I'm just being guided to speak about some of my experience. But anyway, I was up for that 7 day process, and it was stressful on my body, but like I said, I got through it. I know my spiritual team and my higher self was holding me through the process, once everything came full circle. And I got to learn about all the different types of beings. Now, before this happened, like understand, I'm just speaking about one experience. This was just one experience that I experienced within a 7 day mark, within a particular speck of a span within this lifetime that I've been in. I've had countless experiences when it comes to this. I just never had nothing that was full blown conscientiously that I had chosen like that, quite like that, which that experience was necessary to catapult me and help me to see other aspects, of things that I needed to see or know or understand, right? But that's just one little grain of what I've experienced and what I've seen. Because even before that, I was always traversing the energetic realms or worlds within, within my dream space. I was already still encountering entities and stuff that I had fought, or being siphoned, having all types of things happen to me. Right, that was just something that was like full blown, that just catapulted me into fully into that world of reality or whatever. But anyway, so yes, so a lot of this stuff was, and then okay, because this is one of the things I want to touch about on before I go, because this is a key component that goes on, that people need to know about. Because during that process of with everything that I experienced, um, there was many things. Like I said, it was a battle for me, because it wasn't that I was just seeing things. It was things that was coming through that was so intrigued by me. I had things that kept trying to sit in my body and take me over. Now understand, if I wasn't cultivated a certain way, and maybe if I wasn't activated early and by design, and I wasn't being strengthened and mentally prepared, and consistently throughout life, I possibly could have been taken over. I don't know, because when we think about other beings out there that have possessions or are going through particular things, that happens to a lot of people that don't have strong mental fortitude. So my mental constitution is very high. I'm very strong mentally. And so one of the aspects of what I experienced that they kept trying to do to me was, they kept, and this is how I learned. That's why I said my spirit team needed me to go through these things so I could learn it. It's been a messed up journey. I ain't gonna lie, but I learned the things I needed to learn. Um, so this is one of the things they kept doing to me that was like pissing me off. Like, they kept putting stuff in my eyes. Um, they kept putting like these things, these layers in my eyes, and when you're open that way, where you're tapped into everything, understand that everything that they're doing to you is annoying. You feel it when you're in a slumber in your sleep. Because I've been through this process too. I've been through both, and I've been in the in between. Um, when they are doing things to you and you are not tapped in, you don't feel it too much, or you might feel something, but it's like, but when you are tapped in and you are aware, and they doing shit to you, oh, it's gonna piss you off, because you feel that shit, and you are aware, and it just is not pleasant. So anyway, they kept putting stuff in my eyes, um, which was like very annoying. And I kept rubbing my eyes and like knocking it out. It was like these layers. It was like these, like, think about somebody putting contacts on you. Like, I've never wore contacts. I don't like the thought of touching my eyes. But the flimsiness of a contact, it's like a layer, it's like a lens. So they kept putting these energetic layers of lens on, like, in my eyes. Like, every now and again, just kept throwing shit in my eyes, pissing me off. And you could like feel it and feel like the residue, and you could, and because I was so tapped in and on, and my third eye was so open as well, when I would go and look in the mirror, I would see that the my eyes was not my own. There was like these different layers or colors of hue or yellow or different things in there. Now mind you, when you're not tapped in, you're not gonna see that the way I saw it. You're not gonna see it that way. Because I was full blown open, I could see that this is not my eyes, right? And so they do this with all humanity, and these are energetic parasites. They are lens, they are false lens, they are energetic parasites that they place within your eyes. Now understand, these energetic parasite, these false layers of lens, okay, look at it that way, are they are parasites that disrupt your vision, but not your, like, yes, your third eye vision. I mean, not your 3D vision as far as how you can see things, but no, it's there to corrupt how you are perceiving the reality or the true reality, right? These are lenses that are energetic parasites that can also, they can also move, like once they get embedded into you or whatnot, it's like a residue that goes within you, and it's a distortion mechanism to distort your true reality, to distort what you're seeing, to place you back within the matrix, to make you see what they want you to see. Because another thing that I didn't come privy to until later on, which was true. At some point, I had gotten to a place where I decided I wasn't, because I was like, at one point, I kind of broke down around the 7 day mark. And I remember being in the bathroom, and I was just like, why am I going through this? Like, and I was crying. I'm like, why am I going through this? I was thinking I did something wrong. But then that's when I remembered that I had a dream prior to, like a year or two prior to, that I had went through this experience where I had met all these beings or seen these beings and went through the particular experience that I was going through for that 7 day mark. And these are things that have occurred with me throughout my lifetime. My spirit usually prepares me for major traumatizing things that I'm going to go through by, it's like a precognizant state, psychic premonition that I would have, but I don't remember it later until I've gone through it. But these psychic premonitions are helpful because it's like preparing your energy in advance so that it's not too traumatizing to the point where it's debilitating or crippling, you know. But anyway, I'm jumping around. So that's what I was saying. Yes, these false lens, these energetic layers that they place on your eyes is basically to distort your perception and your third eye, distort your perception, period, to basically see through the 3D lens, the matrix lens, and reality. Because like I said, it wasn't until later that my spirit, my higher self, let me know that because when you're emanating from a high vibration and you're fully on, and your crown and your third eye is open, and you're seeing and perceiving the true reality, you are, you don't realize it, but you are disrupting the illusionary grid or the construct. That is why they use the false lens, to keep us in a distorted state of reality. Because if you are perceiving from that true angle and that true multi awareness of yourself, you will naturally disrupt the illusionary grid. It's like you cause glitches within the grid. So a lot of beings kept coming through to me for that.